Do you get pain in your shins? Are you suffering from shin splints? If so, keep watching. Today, I want to talk about my go-to exercises for shin splints. Shin splints doesn't really get spoken about, but it's sort of a hidden underlying factor. Usually comes from poor ankle mobility and weak tibialis anterior. So these are going to be my best stretches and exercises for shin splints. The first exercise is a standing wall ankle dorsiflexion stretch. Now you need a wall because you need to get, it sort of gets right into the shin. This is going to help fix the ankle mobility, but also the weak tibialis anterior, which sits right here, right literally on your shins. So you're going to find a wall. You're going to put one heel on the floor and then your toe on against the wall. And basically, keeping your knee straight, you're going to press your toe into the floor, into the wall, sorry. Try and keep your knee as straight as possible so it hits straight through the shins. Now, if you do have tight sort of ankle mobility, but also tight tibialis anterior, this is going to be painful. So, and if you want to get deeper into the stretch, push up against the wall to get further into the stretch, to really feel the stretch. You will feel a stretch in your ankle as well, but that's because you have just poor ankle mobility. So you will feel it in both areas. I always say 15 to 20 second holds, and then you'll change sides. So get to the other side. So heel on the floor, toe against the wall, stand up straight, press into the wall. Again, 15 to 20 seconds. You'll feel it in certain areas, so ankle, shins, depending on where you're tight. If you feel it in both, that's good. It just means you're weak in both of them. And release. Number 2 on the list is a seated shin splint stretch or ankle dorsiflexion stretch, but you're going to need a kettlebell for this one. Whatever the weight is, 4, 6, 8 kilos, whatever you can muster up, use it. So there's 2 different ways for this exercise. The first way is you're going to put your toe through the handlebar of the kettlebell. You're going to lift it up, keep your legs straight, and then all you're going to do is try and get your toe facing towards you, just like that. And as soon as you do that, if you could see my shin just literally came up. And that's where you want to feel the stretch. That's your shin splints. That's the one exercise. You're going to hold again for 15 to 20 seconds and then release. If the kettlebell is too heavy to hold up straight, that means the kettlebell is too heavy, so go down a few kilos. Then you're going to switch legs and do the same thing on the other side. So keep your legs straight at all times, lift it up, and then flick your toe towards you. So you can feel the stretch through the shins. You're going to feel it right through your tibialis anterior, right through the front of the shins, if you're suffering from shin splints. And the reason why we're doing this is to get your shins stronger. So when you do go for runs, or when you are lifting, or when you are deadlifting and squatting, you're not going to get pain in your shins. Because getting pain in your shins is really painful. And anyone that knows that has shin splints, it's very painful. Now, that's the first part. So the second one is, put your toe on the floor, kettlebell on your quad, and basically pressing into your quad as hard as you can with the kettlebell. And then you'll feel the stretch through your shins. When you're pressing down onto your quads, you're pressing your knee against it at the same time, so it meets together. So this is going up, this is going down. So pressing and lifting up at the same time, so the stretch goes right through the shins. Now I can feel mine as I'm pushing my knee against the kettlebell, and then I'm pressing the kettlebell against the knee. Pressing down, 15 to 20 seconds, release. Change legs. These are the 2 different ways that you can do the stretches with the kettlebells. Find the right weight that works for you and hold for 15 to 20 seconds. If it gets too painful, it means the weight's too heavy, so drop the weight and release. Number 3 on the list, heel walking. So as the word says, you're going to walk on your heels. So if you've noticed the pattern of all these stretches, you're on your heels and you're dorsiflexion your feet because it directly impacts the shins. So how does this happen? Walking from heel just in the air, like so. So always having the dorsiflexion in your ankle to work on the shin splints. So you're always walking on your heels. You can map out 20 meters and just keep walking. So 20 meters, heel, 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 heel. Every time your heel hits the pavement, you should feel a stretch through the shins. And it could be painful if you are a sufferer of shin splints. And you will feel the stretch. Trying to get that ankle mobility working as much as you can. Strengthening your ankles, but also trying to stretch out your tibialis anterior, aka your shin. Just like so. All right, fourth on the list. Find a Swiss ball, find a wall. Captain Morgan, we all know it. No, it's not the drink. Although I would love one right now. Hey. All right, Captain Morgan, here we go. Find a wall, hip and knee against the wall. So the leg that's closest to the ball. You're going to put your weight, your hips into the ball. As you're doing that, with the other side of the hip, it's almost like you want to open and close, like you're opening and closing a gate. So with this side, pressing against the ball, but also opening on this side. As you're rotating the hip, you're going to feel it right through the shins, because the only way to open is turning your ankle, your feet outward, like that, like so. Hence why you need the ball to support you, because if there's no ball, you're just going to fall over. So again, hip against the ball. From this side, as you're pressing in, you're rotating outward. And as you're rotating outward, you feel it right through the middle of your shins. You're going to feel your ankle sort of twist and stretch, and then you'll go through right through your shins, right through your tibialis anterior. You're going to feel it in your ankle as well, because a lot of people have poor ankle mobility. Everyone has it. It's very common, especially in today's world. And then release again. So rest, hold, take a deep breath, go again. 15-second holds, open, stretch, 15 seconds, breathe in, breathe out, and release. Those were my top 4 exercises for shin splints. Please give them a go. Let me know how you go in the comments. And of course, you know the drill. If you love that video, hit that like and subscribe button and share the love.